2, Ben Raymond. Number 3, James Tomba. Number 5, Domenico Vitelli. Number 7, Mobo. Number 8, Christian Segura. Number 9, Ricardo Dieguez. Number 11, Moises Gonzalez. Number 14, Onua Obasi. And number 42, Jake Schindler. Those were your non-starters, and here is this afternoon's starters. In goal, number 22, Andrew Coughlin. On defense, number 21, Darren Toby. Also on defense, number 23, Logan Roberts. At midfield, number 4, Nate Bordeaux. Also at midfield, number 44, Liam Callahan. And at forward, your captain, number 13, Bo Bielemack. The head coach of Utica City FC is Ryan Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and the brave men and women who protect this country at home and abroad with the singing of our national anthem, performed this afternoon by Sarah Jodlowski.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Sarah Jodlowski, ladies and gentlemen.
And a pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we flip the script from UC After Dark to Soccer Sunday here at the Adirondack Bank Center at the Utica Memorial Auditorium as we bring you the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV and on YouTube. Today it's the fourth and final regular season meeting between two of the teams that form one of the best budding rivalries in the Major Arena Soccer League. Utica City FC hosting Baltimore. How are you, everybody? Ray Biggs with you for this afternoon's matchup. Glad to have you with us as Utica City FC goes in search of a weekend sweep. Last night, 3 goals in the fourth quarter, 2 of them coming from Liam Callahan. That was only part of the story, but that's ultimately what helped Utica City keep the Harrisburg Heat at bay by a 10-6 final score. 2 goals and 4 assists for Christian Segura in that match. Diegues and Callahan with 2 apiece, and Jake Schindler with 2 goals and an assist to lead the way for City. Last night, Baltimore getting back on the horse after a 3-game slide. They dominated Rochester 11-0. Pereira with 3 goals and an assist for 4 points. William Van Zella with an 8-save shutout for the 10th shutout of his career and career regular season win number 100. He'll get the start today for Baltimore opposite Andrew Coughlin, who had to make 6 saves yesterday for the City in that win over Harrisburg. Some big stuff on the line today for Utica City FC. They're now tied for first in the Eastern Conference alongside the Florida Tropics, who took a loss last night to the Milwaukee Wave. And in addition, City looking for their best start as a franchise here in Utica. They were 5-1 last year as well before succumbing to the Milwaukee Wave. They're looking for their first time at 6-1 since moving into this building, while also looking for their first 6-match winning streak. Just about ready to rock and roll here. This a rematch of last year's Eastern Division Final, which of course Baltimore won, with a win here and then a win in the mini game. City so far has taken 2 out of 3, including the one here on home turf just about a month's time ago. Up the wall and out. This will be controlled by Van Zella in the black goalkeeper kit. Advanced up to Juan Pereira. Pereira hands it back for Dos Santos. Dos Santos not a factor the last time that these teams met here, as he was serving international duty with the Beach Soccer World Cup. So Baltimore glad to have him back for this road contest today. He did play the last time that City played in Baltimore. Van Zella, cross corner, off the shelf of the boards, bumped off the chest of Logan Roberts. Staying with him here is Jamie Thomas. Thomas, a former member of the New York Red Bulls, too, in the USL. Back to center, and Baltimore will seize the opportunity to change while holding it up out of the back. Jeremy Raley waiting patiently, and now fires an incisive ball downfield to Andrew Hoxie. Hoxie off the boards, they score! Mello with his 13th of the season for the Baltimore Blast, and it is 1-0 Baltimore with 13:42 to play in the first quarter. 1 minute and 18 seconds in. And Mello on a picture-perfect cut down the middle of the box. Andrew Hoxie with a great chip off the wall. Knew he had a one-on-one situation on the right wing with a runner coming. And he was able to slide it in behind Andrew Coughlin. It is 1-0 Blast. And for just the second time this season, Utica City FC concedes the first goal of the match.
Baltimore goal, scored by number 23, Jonathan Mello. Assistant play number 4, Andrew Hoxie. Time of the goal, 1:18. That's Mello from Hoxie.
So it's Mello from Hoxie. Segura to Coughlin. City looking for a reply. Off the chest of Diegues. Diegues jousting one-on-one with Raley, and it's Raley who pries the ball away, and it splits through Segura and Vitale back down to Coughlin. 13:13 to play. We're in the opening quarter of this one. Utica City FC looking for their first 6-1 start since the move to Utica. Turnaround try going wide for Diegues. Volleyed back into the air by Moises Gonzalez, and now tipped down the field by Mohamed Ndiaye. A goal and 4 assists for Ndiaye not that long ago. He's got goals in back-to-back matches. Former member of the Ivory Coast youth team. Dos Santos, the native Brazilian, had back pressure coming, needed to get rid of the ball. And City found it down the middle of the pitch. The former Blast, Onua Obasi, the man to touch it on the takeaway. 12:28 to go. We're in the first quarter. Hinged back to Coughlin. To the middle to Liam Callahan, a 2-goal scorer. He gave it away. Top shelf went Sam Guernsey with the opportunity, that missed over the bar, and charging into the rebound is James Togba, playing his first match against Baltimore this season. Former Kansas City Comet. Onua Obasi stepping forward up to the attacking third line, being marked up by Vinny Dantas. Dantas with a pair of goals yesterday evening. He had a team leading 23 of them last year. You can always count on a good night from the fifth-year Major Arena Soccer League man. Christian Segura up to the center circle. Stops on a dime with the ball pinned under his right foot. And now back to Obasi. City employing a methodical build-up here. They don't want to make any mistakes against a Baltimore team known for its incisive counterattacks. Already 1-0 Baltimore thanks to the early goal. Hoxie to Mello on the combination. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. City still waiting patiently as Schindler changes on. Christian Segura, little back foot tip there, cleared away by Dos Santos. And towards the Utica goal box, headed along by Schindler. And that will allow Coughlin to look to distribute. Thought about the deep option as he had Raymond open down the right side. Raymond, the hero the last time that these two teams met back on December the 14th. A 7-6 win for Utica City FC. Long ball ahead into the corner. Here's Diegues. Raymond waiting in the box. Diegues shoots, safe, Vanzella. And the diving rebound tipped out to the corner where it's covered up by Raymond. Raymond to Segura. Up top, here to Schindler. Schindler shoots. That'll go just wide of frame on the right side. And now Segura with an intercept. A failed clear by Baltimore, but Segura will float it up and into the netting back behind William Vanzella. 10:05 to go, first quarter, 1-0 Baltimore. After this back-to-back weekend in New York, Baltimore will have 3 games on a homestand coming up against one typical opponent and 2 not so typical. They'll play Florida, then they'll play Sonora and San Diego. And that San Diego match will be one to watch for sure on January the 25th. A chance to get a look at what some believed would have been the Ron Newman Cup championship at this time last year. So we'll finally get a chance to see those two come together, albeit a season later. Dos Santos down the middle of the pitch, dishes off to his left to Pereira. Pereira skies it forward, off the wall, in after it, NDI. Slid back and intercepted by Gonzalez, but it's kept alive. NDI, a great job to maintain possession and heads off for a change. Surge down the boards for Pereira, off the wall, it came off the glove of Coughlin. And a timely clearance on the rebound there by Liam Callahan. Gonzalez back to Andrew Coughlin. And now straight ahead, here's Logan Roberts. He has Yelovitz with him, a 2-on-2 rush. Roberts taken down, and he goes tumbling sideways along the turf. A foul called against Baltimore on Pereira. Free kick for City, and they'll go backwards with it, so the Callahan can change off. City at 5-1, Baltimore 6th place right now at 3-4. After a bit of a difficult month here. Obasi shook off a challenge. Togba in the corner, just past Yelovitz. Dos Santos guides it back to Vanzella, who will clear it. All 3 meetings in this series have been decided by 2 goals or less. So you're almost guaranteed a tight one here today. Mello had it taken off of him by Segura. Now slid down to Darren Toby. Toby with 6 blocked shots this year. He helped hold Dominic Francis to a single goal yesterday. He was his primary marker. Whenever Toby was on the field, he was on Dominic Francis from Harrisburg. One of the league's leading goal scorers, and he'll have a similar challenge today in defending this balanced attack from Baltimore. Bordeaux slides this over to Schindler. Schindler under a lot of heat. And a great job by Jake Schindler to get the ball back before Andrew Hoxie could be off to the races. And going in towards the green-kitted keeper, Andrew Coughlin. Bordeaux, center circle. Again, pressure was closing up there from Pereira. City has to be mindful of that as they approach midfield. That oftentimes Baltimore is sending that high press. Domenico Vitale swings this over to Andrew Coughlin. Coughlin started his college career at Syracuse University and then transferred on to Canisius. Was voted one of their representatives on their version of an all-time team. I believe it was a 50-year starting 11. Ball up and into the crowd with 6:51 to play in the first quarter. 1-0 Baltimore. And we hit our first official timeout of this match here today. The MASL podcast returns for the 2019-20 season. Join them as they talk to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and take you behind the scenes of the major arena soccer league. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast on Apple Podcasts. Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune into Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. Coming out of the official timeout, shots on goal credited on the board at 1 apiece. Baltimore with the goal. Andrew Hoxie serving it up on a silver platter for Mello. Mello had the game-tying goal in the fourth quarter the last time that these two teams met. Back on December the 14th at CQ Arena. Ricardo Diegues was the man of the hour for City as well in that match. He had 4 goals and an assist on the game winner in that 7-6 victory for City. Had a pair of goals last night. There's Yelovitz. Yelovitz with a shot fake. Chips it off the end boards. And a great job to sag down low with the defensive coverage by Baltimore. Jamie Thomas breaking up that board pass. And they had a lot of numbers crowding the box there. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to take his man off the dribble. He shot it by Diesel, but it was blocked in front. And now Gonzalez will have it rolling the other way as Diesel got right back on him and deflected the ball. 6:15 to play, first quarter. Baltimore 1, City 0 the score. James Togba curls one over the top. Caught off the chest of Yelovitz. Double was there, but it comes back to Schindler. Schindler moving left, down to Yelovitz with it at his right foot. Splits it up top, Togba, great ball movement. Raymond firing wide as that caught the glass. Really, really good hinge at the top there for City, and they almost took advantage. Ben Raymond just a hair off the mark. Callahan rushing in for the ball, but Vinny Dantas holds it up. And Baltimore will start their trek up this 200-foot pitch here. Utica City FC in the midst of a 3-match homestand. Their next match on January the 12th here at home against Harrisburg. And then they'll play 3 against the St. Louis Ambush all in a row. The 17th and 19th on the row, and then the 31st they'll play here. Slowing things up is Adriano Dos Santos. All MASL first team selection last year, along with being a very accomplished beach soccer player. And so many of the MASL guys, it's so fascinating because they're so talented in multiple disciplines. It's not just the arena game, but it may also be futsal, it may be beach soccer, it may be outdoor soccer, maybe something else entirely. Ball out of play, and it will be City with the opportunity to get the clearance on the free kick. Heck, in the case of Harrisburg goaltender William Bonahene, he's actually a great tennis player. So a lot of these guys, jacks of all trades. And you like to see that in sports nowadays. Yelovitz with it settled under his right foot. Gonzalez on the move. Back to Yelovitz from the wing. Blasts it off the glass. And that was tipped away by Guernsey. Counterattack perhaps for Baltimore. Broken up by Obasi. Donatelli had his momentum flying forward before Obasi stripped the ball. Gonzalez feathers it to the front. Dieguez fighting through traffic, trying to get after this, and finds it along the near wing boards. Work back around the outside. Domenico Vitale to Segura. Right-footed shot blocked there by Mike Diesel. Vitale in the corner, splitting the double. Gonzalez, he'll send a rocket high and wide, and it will be a clearance opportunity for William Vanzella. Baltimore with 2 wins in their last 5. They defeated Orlando 14-5. Then came that 3-game skid against UCFC. 7-6 was the final there in overtime. 7-2 against the Florida Tropics. And then Orlando 5-4. Before they came back and beat Rochester last night by an 11-0 score. Shots were 36-10 in that match. Free kick for Donatelli. Hands it back for Dos Santos. Down the wing, Vinny Dantas with a marker. It's Darren Toby along the boards, and Toby wrestled it off of him. He tried an incisive pass ahead towards Dieguez, but that was well clogged in the neutral zone by Baltimore. They were getting numbers back in a hurry, and that did not come together the way that he had hoped. Dieguez on the right wing. Skips a man, goes over to Schindler. Left wing board, Segura. 2:48 to play here in the first quarter. Obasi in his 5th appearance with Utica City FC after taking some time off from the indoor game. Obasi steps in with a little shot fake. Now looks out to Bordeaux. Bordeaux cutting across the zone as it comes back to Onua Obasi. And now Schindler directing traffic. 2:25 to play, first quarter. 1-0 Baltimore. Schindler with it settled down on his right foot. Distributes. Segura rips one wide. And then a push off on the right side of the box will result in a foul on Bordeaux and a free kick for Dos Santos. Domenico Vitale, high header, bounces about 3 feet inside the boards and then makes its exit into the Corona Premier Beer Garden. Deep ball played off the boards to Hoxie. Hoxie in a similar position as he was for his assist on the first goal of the match. Peruzzi on the move, down the wall, again off the glass, and this one will carry him diagonally to the near wing boards. Cleared out of the zone by Liam Callahan, but now Baltimore will reset with Dos Santos. To Daniel Peruzzi. Peruzzi, a little overstep on the ball. Raymond watching his every move. Jeremy Raley. Back to Dos Santos. 1:20 to play, first quarter. Baltimore with the lead. NDI, deep shot, save, Coughlin. That came up about shoulder high. He trapped it with 2 hands. It jumped out of his hands, and he got possession right back. Coming up on 60 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Utica City FC has been leading or even at the end of the first quarter in every match that they've played this year. So this would be a first for the season if Baltimore can hold it to 1-0 here. And it would put City in uncharted territory. So it'd be a big win in the first quarter if Baltimore is able to maintain the score. Down pitch, it's Yelovitz. Yelovitz back to Moises Gonzalez. Gonzalez stepping to the middle. Jockeying for position. He lost the ball. Great pressure by Baltimore. Here comes Mello. Down the left wing. Dos Santos, the free runner. Yelovitz staying with him. 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. Over to NDI. And now they'll settle it back in the middle of the neutral zone. NDI, a long shot in on Coughlin. And he will just hold on to the ball to kill off the first quarter clock. 1-0 Baltimore, our score, as the Blast try to get back to the 500 mark on the season. They have the lead so far. Mello from Hoxie on the goal to build the lead for Baltimore. We'll step aside here on MASL TV. Be back with the second quarter in just a few moments. You're watching Utica City FC on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. We're all set for the second quarter between Utica City FC and the Baltimore Blast. Baltimore leading 1-0 on a very early goal, 1:17 in. Mello from Andrew Hoxie. Here's how that one was scored out. Of Mello's 13 goals, 5 of them have come against Utica. Pretty good run for the second team all MASL selection. Was known last year for his assisting exploits just as much as his goal scoring. He had more assists than goals last year, but this year 12 goals and 3 assists. So Mello off to a very solid start through the first 7 for Baltimore. And in the first quarter of their 8th match of the season. Utica City FC looking for that vitally important first half reply. Coughlin downfield, right into the target, presented by Yelovitz. Yelovitz passing back to the point. Obasi did a great job of just holding that ball up to keep City behind it. Left wing side, Dantas creating separation. He shoots, and no, says James Togba with the sliding block. And then Dantas colliding with Callahan. And a foul on Dantas, a free kick for City. 14:24 to play. We're in the second quarter. And so far, this one fitting that prototype you expect to see here in this building between Utica and Baltimore. Close to the vest, defensively oriented, neither team wanting to make a mistake. Kind of a sharp contrast from what we saw last night. where things began to take on a bit more of a run-and-gun type feel. Nate Bordeaux, cross corner. In Dieguez with a sharp angle shot that goes wide. It caught the glass, and Raymond did a good job of holding the ball up back towards the bench area. Just to maintain possession here for City on that keep. Another deep target play down to Dieguez. Dieguez holding onto it, curling back to the top of the zone. And now steers it back, Segura to Vitale. Christian Segura shoots, that one high and wide off the volley. Dieguez on the rebound, and he slips that one wide as well. Now Segura with another chance. That one was labeled wide, and it was blocked by Baltimore. A firm effort down the middle of the pitch by the man holding the ball up right now. That's Tony Donatelli. Donatelli had a couple of goals in that 11-0 round. Mello holding, distributes, and now heads off to the bench for a change. Baltimore with the rock. Sent around to Dos Santos. Dos Santos' pass was blocked by Dieguez. A long shot by Bordeaux, and Vanzella stepping back to prevent that one from getting to frame. Vanzella. High arcing clearance after being pressured by Yelovitz. And here's Pereira to corral it. Pereira back to Dos Santos. Pereira wheeling down the left wing side. Steps back into the zone, being marked by Vitale. Tried a crossing pass that was broken up by Segura. And as Segura looked to take it the other way, he scrapes a bit of paint with Sam Guernsey. Out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. 5'9", 145-pounder for the Blast. One of the smaller guys on a team from Baltimore that has great size. Really, these two teams cut from a very, very similar cloth in terms of how they want to play the game. And the physical stature is a big part of that. Recently, City only getting bigger with the addition of Onua Obasi. Distributed back by Yelovitz to Toby, now to Liam Callahan. Around the top of the zone, back to Callahan. And now to Moises Gonzalez. First year with Utica City for Moises Gonzalez. He's third on the team in points. Toby from in front of the bench area. Left-footed pass to Logan Roberts. Roberts in a one-on-one tussle here with the man defending him. And then a little clutching and grabbing as he was trying to get away from Guernsey. A foul going against Logan Roberts, and this will be Baltimore's free kick. Common foul on Roberts, no cards coming out. They remain in the pocket for now. Juggled over by Gonzalez to Logan Roberts, and now another foul, this one against Baltimore. As Dos Santos came up to blanket Logan Roberts. Ten and a half to go, second quarter. It is 1-0 Baltimore. On that goal scored just a minute 17 into the match. Obasi along the near side of the wall. The far side for those of you watching on MASL TV. Obasi with it settled underneath his left foot. Obasi cutting with it, trying to take his man one-on-one here. That's Pereira. And now he'll slide it over to Schindler. Schindler off the wall. They score! Off the wall and in for Ricardo Dieguez. And Utica City FC on Dieguez's 11th of the year is back on level terms. What an outstanding pass down the boards. Almost in some semblances, a very similar looking goal to the one that Baltimore scored. And Ricardo Diegues continues to be on fire. A goal in every match with City. And now an 8-match goal streak dating back to when he wasn't even with Utica City FC.
Federal Credit Union, we're your first. And that Utica City FC goal was scored by number 9, Ricardo Diegues. Assist on the play to number 42, Jake Schindler.
Diegues from Schindler, how they score it and announce it at 4:52. And with 9.5 to go in the second quarter, we've got ourselves a tie match, 1-1 between City and Baltimore. Long pass played off the angle of the boards there by Bo Yelovitz. And now back up top. Here's Benny Raymond. Raymond with his left foot. Sliding the lateral pass to Segura. Little give and go. Here's Domenico Vitali. And Vitali nearly had his pocket picked, but was able to turn back to the top of the zone and feed Bordeaux. It was a really nice job pressuring there by Vinny Dantas, and he almost got it off of Vitali, if not for a crafty move. 8:43 to go, second quarter. Utica City FC in Baltimore. All level at 1. Andrew Coughlin from the midline. Looking cross corner. Here's Bo Yelovitz. Racing with it back towards the bench area. And now to Toby on the right wing. Liam Callahan with 3 goals this year. 2 of them came last night. And then, of course, one in the home opener on a free kick restart against this very same Baltimore team. Foot race between Callahan and Thomas. And it was ultimately deflected back to Coughlin. A 2-on-1 developing. Back heel, Diegues. Here's Roberts on the volley. And he got knocked off the ball there. Pereira colliding with him. And now a whistle sounding as there's a man down along the boards. And that man is Pereira. Things were very controlled and kind of quiet in that first quarter. Things are getting increasingly aggressive here. Donatelli shoots through traffic, blocked by Schindler. And Donatelli able to get that ball sent back to Pereira. 7.5 to go. We're in the second quarter of play. 1-1 between Utica and Baltimore. Dos Santos, the man who scored the game-winning goal in the mini-game in last year's playoff series. Knocks it down the pitch, intercepted by Coughlin to Callahan, and now to Togba. Togba still looking for his first goal as a member of Utica City FC. Here's Onua Obasi. Double team floating around him, but neither man committing up to the ball. Schindler to Obasi along the wing. Obasi to the middle, and that crossing pass just misfiring a bit as it slid behind Bordeaux. Van Zella participating in the breakout as he often will for Baltimore. Peruzzi's lateral pass broken up. Obasi shuffles it back. Here's Yelovitz to Onua Obasi to the middle. He shoots, and that's blocked. An outstanding job there by Donatelli to park himself in that shooting lane. 6:14 to go, second quarter. Donatelli, diagonal pass, has a man open. Dos Santos turns this back to the middle, and now to Pereira along the bench area. Bo Yelovitz getting it away from him. Here's Yelovitz, tripped up by a sliding challenge by Mike Diesel. And a counterattack coming for Baltimore. City with 5 men in position. They do a good job of slowing a rush down. As Pereira will switch places on the pitch with Diesel, who changed off. Dos Santos continuing to possess. Bo Yelovitz, the captain for Utica City FC, watching him very carefully. Will shuffle back and they score. Pereira able to launch it to frame. It is 2-1 Baltimore. 5th of the year for Juan Pereira, as he has 4 goals in a 2-match span. 3 goals last night. He had the hat trick, and he's on the board here today. And that was a crafty little pass in the box to set up Pereira, who did not waste any time taking the shot there. Utica City FC would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match ball. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and the MASL2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astro Division ball is the only game ball for MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division ball is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball, and it has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. So a 2-1 score, 5:17 to play before halftime. And it's Utica City trailing Baltimore. The latest salvo coming from Juan Pereira. He has 5 goals this year, and 4 out of the 5 have come in a 2-match period. So he is on a hot streak right now for Baltimore. Or as our friends on Off the Wall call it, the blast in all capital letters. Maybe a few exclamation points too. Out of the timeout, we're back up and going. NDI with the assist, and that was who had that really, really nice dish down the middle of the pitch there to put it on a good spot for Pereira to shoot. 4:50 to go before halftime. It's 2-1 Baltimore, and Utica City FC again in a position where they are really looking for a quick reply. Schindler deals it back for Coughlin. Down the wing. That got by Diegas and rolls into Vanzella. And Vanzella will do the honors of rolling this one out to Adriano Dos Santos. Dos Santos, width of the pitch, over to Pereira. Baltimore on the move. Diagonal pass, Raley. Raley shoots. That's blocked by Roberts. And now back to Dos Santos. Raley keeps the line moving with the pass. It is 2-1 inside 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. This is the 4th and final regular season meeting between these two sides. If they were to meet again this year, it won't be till the playoffs. Dos Santos looking left to Mello. Mello with his right foot, cutting across the zone. Baltimore trying to complete a change. Hoxie comes off. NDI comes on. Guernsey has joined in as well. Mello on the return, give and go. Ricardo Diegues with the goal for City that tied this one up at 1. He's on the field right now along with another one of Utica's most dangerous players, Christian Segura. Here's Diegues causing a turnover and a foul. City won't be able to take this one the other way. They've been called for a foul, as Pereira was clipped along the boards. Inboard Karam, Schindler taps it straight forward to Diegues. Now intercepted, could be a break for Baltimore, and breaking it up with Schindler. It's really been fun to see the evolution of Jake Schindler here the last couple of seasons. Had a fantastic year a season ago, played pretty well outdoors for the Rochester Outdoor Lancers this summer, and now has added even more of an offensive flair to his game. 2:15 to go before halftime. And Utica City FC continuing to slow the pace down. Domenico Vitale back to Andrew Coughlin. Over to Onu Abasi. He played in the USL for Ottawa. Deep downfield pass, Yelovitz just beaten on that foot race there by Mike Diesel to the corner boards as it was deflected up and out of play. And they say it was last touched by Baltimore. Top of the box restart for City. And they have Liam Callahan on the field. Callahan, the player who scored from that spot in the home opener. He steps over, back heel, shot taken by Gonzalez, blocked away. Dished off to the middle, Darren Toby. City resetting. Christian Segura. Back to Toby. And out of Moises Gonzalez. 1:20 to go before halftime. Baltimore with the 2-1 advantage. City trying to get back even. Lofted over. Diegues fighting for it. Slid into an opportunity there that he wasn't able to connect on. Came in like a wrecking ball there around Dos Santos. Kind of swung his feet forward in an effort to try to contact the ball, but it was a bridge too far. 57 seconds to go before we hit halftime. Baltimore back up with it. Thomas, Pereira to the right wing. Donatelli high and wide. And it will be going back the other way for Utica City FC with 45.6 to go before we hit our midpoint. Christian Segura coming up with it. Segura with 5 goals in the first 2 meetings against Baltimore. Segura cutting right, split through Dantas there on the shot before it got hammered away by the Baltimore defense. Foul in neutral area here in front of the benches with 12.6 to play before we hit the half. Far corner, Dantas off the wall. 3 seconds to go. One final bid for Baltimore if they hurry, but the shot was blocked by Toby. And that brings us into the end of the first half. Our score at the break here on MASL TV. It's the Baltimore Blast 2, the Utica City Football Club 1. And with that, we will step aside for this halftime break here on MASL TV.
With the halftime interview. Alicia?
Thanks, Tim. I'm here with Nate Bordeaux. Nate, what is it about Baltimore that kind of brings out the best in both teams here?
Yeah, for sure. You know, some of us have played it for 8 years now, so we're really familiar with each other. They're a great team. They're organized, so this is the most the fans could ask for sure.
What do you guys got to do in the second half here to kind of take the reins?
Yeah, you know, we'll regroup in the locker room and then come out ready to take the lead in the second half.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it.
A slight delay to our halftime break as Alicia D'Addario checks in down on the pitch with Nate Bordeaux here at halftime. 2 on the score at halftime. Baltimore sandwiching the Utica goal with a pair to have the advantage here in this Eastern Conference matchup on MASL TV. And we're back here on MASL TV, the league's official streaming home, set for second half action between Utica City FC and the Baltimore Blast. It's a 2-1 score here through halftime as we get ready for the third quarter. Baltimore and their red kits occupying the lead thanks to a pair of goals. The first coming in the opening quarter from Mello, the second from Pereira. That sandwich to go by Ricardo Dieguez that made it 1-1. Lofted into the right wing corner as Baltimore goes to work on the attack to begin the second half. Lofted deep downfield off the glass. Toby marking his man. Pinned up there by Vinny Dantas. Toby working free, and he got spilled over in the corner by Jamie Thomas on a push. Common foul on Baltimore. And a free kick for Darren Toby. Lofted deep downfield. Segura with the header to Yelovitz. Yelovitz giving chase alongside Dos Santos. 2-on-1 scrum forming against the boards. A warning against Baltimore, by the way, for delay of game, if you're wondering. That was just announced here in the arena. 14:06 to go, third quarter. 2-1 Baltimore over Utica City FC. Schindler leads Dieguez. Dieguez with it at his right foot. Looks back to Abassi. Abassi takes a shot off the crossbar. An absolute firecracker from Onua Abassi. And that ends up bringing the crossbar. Bit of rocket science on that one. Dieguez to the top of the zone, to the right point, back to Abassi, who had that thunderous shot just a second ago. Abassi looking to take his man again, chips it off the boards, trying to pivot to the middle and get his foot on it was Dieguez, but having other ideas for the blast was Daniel Peruzzi. Peruzzi with the timely clearance, and Utica will bring it back up. 13:09 to play, third quarter. It is 2-1 Baltimore. Abassi waiting patiently, a little stutter step. Segura shoots through traffic. That was blocked. Came in about shin high on Raleigh. Domenico Vitali at the center logo. Bo Yelovitz. And now back to Vitali to Andrew Coughlin. Togba slicing one into the offensive zone. A little diagonal pass. Bo Yelovitz. Back to Domenico Vitali and now to James Togba. Togba really did a good job, I thought, of demonstrating his mobility yesterday. Really a great board-to-board player in terms of the amount of space he's able to occupy. But he did turn the ball over there up front, and Baltimore now settling it back down. Out to center, intercepted by Domenico Vitali. On the move, here's Togba with the shot, save Vanzella. And now held up just inside the zone line by Vitali on the intercept. Liam Callahan to Moises Gonzalez. And now turned back to James Togba. That highly prized free agent that Utica City FC was able to bring in from Kansas City. Liam Callahan slides it down the wing. Bo Yelovitz with his back to the defending Dos Santos. And now Callahan advances it back to Logan Roberts. The man of steel looking for Toby. Utica City FC looking for something, anything to get the offense going. Right there, they go for it. That was Darren Toby hammering one off the wall, and now Baltimore settles it back down. It has been a defensive tussle so far. And I mean, from a defensive standpoint for Utica City FC, holding a team like this to 2 goals is a pretty good defensive performance so far. The only thing hanging over it is the fact that you have one on your side of the board. Segura to Schindler. And now back to Onua Abasi. Imposing, 6'4", probably can dunk a basketball. With plenty of feet, or rather inches to spare. Great through ball in towards Schindler. He was able to toss it back behind Van Zella, who slid out to challenge, but no shot available there for Schindler. And now Segura tripping a man up in the neutral zone. And that's our first blue card of the match. It belongs to Utica City FC. Baltimore to the power play as Segura tripped up Juan Pereira. So it is Baltimore to the power play. 50% on the year. They have 2 conversions with Dantas and Hoxie getting credit for power play goals this season for the Baltimore Blast. Utica City FC, a 50% penalty kill. They average 5.2 penalty minutes per game. Christian Segura for tripping. That warrants the blue card. So it's Baltimore to the power play. And before that advantage can get going, we get a timeout on the pitch. We'll take a timeout as well here on MASL TV.
2 minutes for reckless tackle.
Now we're back here on MASL TV, ready for this Baltimore Blast power play, the first man advantage of the match. Segura off for a reckless tackle. That is the final ruling from the officials. After he tripped up Juan Pereira in the neutral zone. So here comes the Baltimore power play. The Blast leading this one 2-1. Up top to Donatelli. Donatelli to Mello. Back to Donatelli. And now down low to the corner. Mello thought about a shot, now turns it around to Peruzzi. Around the outside, Donatelli guiding it down low. Dos Santos returning it to the top of the zone. 1:22 to go in the Baltimore power play. Left side, a shot just going wide off the rebound volley. That is tipped wide as well. The second chance coming from Peruzzi. But neither were able to find their way on target. Peruzzi, another chance, ripped off the glass. Recovered down to the middle off the board rebound from Dos Santos. Another deep shot, saved by Coughlin on Donatelli. And now a steal. Here comes Toby, shorthanded. Toby with Dos Santos behind him. Toby content to pin the ball down into the corner boards with 8:50 to go here in the third quarter. It's 2-1 Baltimore. A drop ball here coming. Dos Santos and Toby set to do a little jousting. Toby worked it free. It comes off the boards. Now trying to hold the ball up is Obasi, but finally it is Baltimore with the manpower advantage who races forward. Tony Donatelli to Mello. To Peruzzi. Back to Mello. Mello takes the shot. And it comes right in onto the broad shoulders of Jake Schindler. That presents a pretty big target. as he was able to block that away. 7 seconds to go on the power play. Perhaps one final opportunity for Baltimore on this advantage. Donatelli riser there that goes off the glass. And it comes back to Peruzzi. And now stolen away. City back to full strength. Segura out of the penalty box. And now Segura splits a double. Segura rolling into the zone, takes it himself, and he put it off the post. Inches away from a tie game for Christian Segura. He was going bottom left, and William Vanzella probably just saw a few moments of his life flash before his eyes there. 7:25 to play here in the third quarter. Definitely a moment of duress for the visiting side, as Segura was off and running. You cannot discount his speed. Gets to the yellow line very quickly. 7:06 to go, third quarter. One-on-one matchup in the corner. And a tremendous job by Schindler to wrest it away from Hoxie. 2-1 Baltimore our score. Now to the middle, here's Callahan. Callahan with two men around him, but has them both beat coming down the side. Callahan off the boards, that will bounce into Vanzella. He vacuums it up there with a two-handed play. Juan Pereira starting the breakout, calling for support to come up as he hands it off for Vanzella. And now Pereira, filling into the space down the wing, receives the ball. 6:25 to play in the third quarter. The score 2-1 Baltimore. The Utica City FC goal coming from Ricardo Diegues. Diegues now tied for fourth in the lead in goals. After that earlier strike that made it 1-1. Mello backpedaling from the center circle. Shovels it back for Dos Santos. Dos Santos has a wing option open. It's Thomas. Thomas, a little sidestep, was tripped up there by Togba as the two came together. He lost his footing, and this is a foul on Togba. A free kick for Baltimore. Callahan stole it off of Mello. Togba back to Callahan. Little entanglement there with the feet of Dos Santos, but he keeps the line moving back to Coughlin. Yelovitz receives the pass in behind, off the boards, and Vanzella read it perfectly. He jumps out to corral the ball. NDI, 5:22 to play in the third quarter. It's 2-1 Baltimore. They look for a split in the season series here today. Utica City FC looking for the win in the season series. It'd be their third win in 4 matches against Baltimore, while the Blast looking for the 2-2 split. Guided in the corner, that was chipped behind Yelovitz. Coughlin out to wall off Thomas. And a great sequence there for Andrew Coughlin. Segura motoring forward with very little pace, now comes to a stop as he waits for the troops to be in position. Roberts back to Coughlin. Return to Roberts, down the right side, shoots through traffic, blocked right at the feet of Dos Santos. Shots are credited right now, 7-6. With 7 of them belonging to Utica, 6 belonging to the Blast. Off the boards from Yelovitz, he was looking for Diegues. That was broken up by Adriano Dos Santos. 4:12 to go in the third quarter, and there is our official timeout. The score 2-1 Baltimore. Here on MASL TV, we'll be back in just a moment. we're back here on MASL TV on YouTube. 4:12 to go in the third quarter. It is 2-1 Baltimore in this classic Eastern Conference showdown. Long shot right in on goal on the restart following the media timeout. And that was blocked away and sent through center. The go-ahead goal in this one at 9:43 the second quarter from Juan Pereira, assisted by Mohamed Ndiaye. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. This one handed back to Onua Obasi. Obasi sliding it back for Andrew Coughlin. And now the keeper Coughlin off the boards to Bo Yelovitz. Still looking for his first home goal of the season. Might he find it here? Yelovitz back to Obasi. Obasi at the right point. Content to kind of take his isolation chances here on the right side. Now they'll hinge Toby down the boards. Baltimore blanketed that. That's how he scored the goal earlier. Or that's how City scored the goal earlier, with Obasi setting up Schindler on that curl down the boards. 3:11 to go in the third quarter as Vanzella was able to wall off another one. So it was almost the same set play there they were trying to run, and Baltimore was able to eat it up. Just with Toby in place of Schindler. Dos Santos along the near boards. Lofts it downfield, NDI. Denied receipt there by Darren Toby. Here comes City on the rush. Diegues to Bordeaux. He shoots. It ends up wide off the carom. It's recovered by Donatelli, but now pinballing around in the box and finally covered by Vanzella. Another panicked moment there as City was able to create a great transition. Now perhaps another one. Here's Bordeaux to the right wing side. Segura with a shot, scores! What a snipe by Christian Segura! That's goal number 10 for the first-year City man. Entered the day 7th in the league in goals. That'll help him climb the leaderboard. What a strike by Christian Segura. We're tied. Absolute fuego behind that one. Segura from Bordeaux. And for Nate Bordeaux, his 4th assist of the year. But an absolute sizzler from the boards by Christian Segura. That brings us back to level 2-2. Dos Santos comes up gunning. That goes wide. Follow-up chance, Mello. And the save by Coughlin. So we're all level at 2 as Segura snipes the upper 90. Liam Callahan, the former Syracuse man. Back to Gonzalez. Callahan and also Andrew Coughlin both spent a bit of time as assistant coaches at Syracuse University. After their playing days, both of them alums of the Orange program in some way. Coughlin returning after that transfer to Canisius. And Callahan is from the greater Buffalo area before coming to Syracuse. Hoxie with a shot off the post. The rebound coming back to Mello. Mello takes a spill at the top of the box. And that'll be a foul on Utica City FC. I believe against Segura. Segura and Vitali were both there. Right on top of the attack. We'll get another look here. And that will go against Vitali. 49.2 seconds to go, third quarter, 2-2 our score. Mello shoots, that's blocked. Utica employing the wall, and they were able to disrupt the chance. Long clear out by Logan Roberts, the explosive player that was named the Breakout Player of the Year by the team last year in the team awards. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's 2-2. We're headed for another incredible finish. Dos Santos on his own side of the midfield line. Roberts applying some passive pressure on Vanzella. As he looks downfield, Hoxie in a tussle with Domenico Vitale. Headed forward to the zone line, no further. Intercepted by the blast, they score! Bang, bang play on the counterattack. Donatelli with the intercept. And Andrew Hoxie, already with an assist in this match, picks up his first goal of the day and his fourth of the year. It's 3-2 Baltimore as they score at the death of the third quarter. That's one way to offer up a reply. Donatelli, a decisive assist off that takeaway. As he got it into Hoxie quickly, City will send everybody in towards goal as they launch the kickoff right in on Vanzella, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Baltimore 3, Utica City FC 2, as we go into the fourth. Back in a moment with the conclusion. You're not going to want to miss it here on MASL TV. Another one down to the wire between Utica City FC and Baltimore. What else is new? As these two budding rivals go head-to-head for the fourth and final time here in the regular season, part of a three-match homestand for Utica City FC. Baltimore 3, Utica 2 our score. As we go to the fourth quarter, Baltimore looking to build off some momentum they gained at the end of the quarter after Hoxie scored at the death of the quarter, assisted by Donatelli, and Utica City trying to keep with what has kind of been their mode of operating here today. When they've chased the game a little bit, they've been able to bounce right back and get level. And we'll see what will prevail here in this fourth quarter with everything on the line. This will be vital leverage in the conference come the end of the season, with these two teams not set to meet again. So we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Vinny Dantas back and connecting with Vanzella. Vanzella lofts it forward, a foot race along the wall. And Schindler among that two-man tandem alongside Dantas, bumping it up into the bench. Onua Obasi to Andrew Coughlin. A long diagonal pass that will connect off the right foot of Yelovitz. Yelovitz chips it off the glass. And now Yelovitz gets it right back down the middle. Really good job to fight through traffic. Handed back to Obasi. Obasi with it at his left foot. Obasi stops on a dime, broke the ankles of the defender. What a move there. Yelovitz chips it off. Was looking for Gonzalez, who could not get in a position to shoot. Strong job there in the back by Jeremy Raley, as he did not allow that shot attempt to get free. Onua Obasi. Spilled down to the turf in the neutral zone. That's a foul on Hoxie. And City will have the free kick. Obasi launches it deep to the left foot of Dieguez, curling into the middle of the zone. He got bumped down, and Thomas able to surge it out of the Baltimore zone. Taken back by Obasi. 13.5 to play. City is down by 1. Obasi. Diagonally to the left to Segura. Back to Obasi. Obasi to Toby. He nutmegged Hoxie with a shot, saved by Vanzella. And now cleared back to center, where Toby, the man who shot it, will run the ball down. 13:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Laterally to Darren Toby. The MASL Defender of the Year to Dieguez. And now back to Obasi. Obasi stepping left. The defender staying right on him there was Peruzzi. To the middle, they score! Moises Gonzalez! One for the thumb for Moises Gonzalez. It's his 5th of the season. And we're back to 3-3, all level once again. Third on the team in points entering today. That'll help his total. Now a race ahead. Momo nearly getting a chance off on Vanzella. And now Baltimore will settle it back down. 3-3 our score. Anyone's match here in the fourth and final quarter. Liam Callahan off the boards past Momo. And now to Central, where it's played by Jamie Thomas. Thomas exchanges it with Mello. Mello back to Vanzella. Again, Vanzella fresh off his 100th career regular season victory last night in that 11-0 blanking of Rochester. A shutout in this league, as we'll get a foul in the near corner of the Utica zone. Callahan taken down. The foul will go against Jamie Thomas. That's something you don't see every day as a shutout, let alone 10 of them in a career. And that's a testament to what Vanzella's been able to do. Roberts gets in behind the defense. Roberts shoots and was looking for the cross there for Bordeaux. Just off the mark as Segura backpedals. 11:23 remaining. Into the middle, scoop back. Segura with the goalie down, off the boards. And denied off the goal line was Diegues. Diegues a back heel. That one will go wide. And Baltimore with another timely clearance. Utica coming in waves in an effort to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. Obasi down the near wing, trying to take his man off the dribble. Chips it off the boards, but the volley going wide for Domenico Vitale. Vitale streaking in back door as Obasi holds up the ball in the wing. Segura shoots. That one high and wide. With a rocket launcher there from the yellow line. On to Obasi. Laterally, Vitale with one that goes wide as well. And Utica City continues to hold the ball. What a run of possession here for City. Baltimore with a tired group on. Downfield, fighting for it, Yelovitz. Getting separation off the defense. Him and Jeremy Raley are really going at it here in the middle of the field. Gonzalez letting one fly, that's blocked. Gonzalez with the tying goal for Utica City FC. 9:52 to go. Segura sent over to Obasi. Along the bench, Toby off the boards, Yelovitz fanning. And Gonzalez with a haphazard little jam shot there down the middle of the pitch as he was being tied up. Side by side with Sam Guernsey. That ends up out of play. Guernsey just a great job to get something on it. Now ahead, here's Yelovitz. Yelovitz, and just overrunning it was Schindler. 9:25 to go. Momo back to Andrew Coughlin. Out of the middle, Schindler. Back to Uros Momic, the first-year man. Had a goal last night against Harrisburg. Schindler down to Momo. On the wing, left side. The defense trying to pick his pocket. That was Donatelli. James Togba. The Schindler now to Bordeaux. The former Rutgers Scarlet Knight back to the Syracuse man, Callahan. Diegues with a pass to the middle, tipped by Thomas. Vanzella comes charging out to meet it. And knocks it out of play. Utica City and Baltimore both looking for a weekend sweep. Utica looking for what would be somewhat outright possession of first place, with the Florida Tropics still having a game in hand. Diegues turning a left-footed shot there that got blocked away. And now here comes Baltimore. A 2-on-1 if they hurry. On the right side, Thomas looking for NDI, broken up. Hard back-checking there from Diegues. Here comes City now on a run. Roberts with a shot that curled into the right foot of William Vanzella. NDI off the wall, and that's settled down now by Yelovitz. Bo Yelovitz along the wall. Pulls it back to the middle of the neutral zone and feeds a Darren Toby. Utica City bouncing back every time they've been down today. Now with a chance to take their first lead of the match. Here's Segura, crossing over. Segura, stutter steps, takes it across the zone, feeds it inside. Here's Yelovitz, turnaround shot blocked away. Sliding effort there. A strong one at that by Sam Guernsey. Another shot going wide. Segura has this back on his foot, and it splits the top of the zone and back to Obasi. Gonzalez to the middle to Darren Toby. Toby out wide for Christian Segura. And Segura slices it back over for Obasi. Obasi getting a lot of minutes here in this match today. I'd argue even more than usual. Schindler to Onua Obasi. City looking for the go-ahead. Obasi to Schindler. Schindler waiting patiently to see what might develop. A floating double was collapsing on him there, but neither man really came up to the ball. 3-3, Schindler down to Yelovitz. Yelovitz bumping bodies here on the boards. Baltimore off the glass, not out. Schindler holds it in. Gonzalez off his own volley. That shot going wide. And it's recovered by Donatelli. And now sent down back to Coughlin. 6:23 to go, fourth quarter. Over to Obasi here on the right wing side. To Domenico Vitale. Diagonally to Diegas. And now to Segura. Segura shoots through traffic. Blocked down in front. And over to Mello. Mello with the first goal of this match. He got it on an assist from Andrew Hoxie. 5:55 to go. That caught the bench stanchion. Here's Guernsey. Rotating away, and Vitale there to clean up the mess. 5:35 to play. Utica City asking for a call here that they will get the benefit of. So a lot of hands flying up on that Utica bench as they were looking for a penalty call, or at the very least a foul and a free kick. And now the officials will huddle together to see how this will be administered. Area of the field, you might be thinking too many players here. And they will allow this to play on 5-a-side. So they were talking about the players that were on the field, as Baltimore looked like they were starting to change. And we'll have a drop ball here in front of the Baltimore bench. Callahan sending it downfield. He concedes that free kick to Vanzella. Vanzella, a line drive down the pitch. That caught the boards on the left wing. Down to Endia. Or rather to Mello. Mello back up to the bench to Dos Santos. 5 minutes to go. 3-all. In this match between Utica and Baltimore. Vinny Dantas with it in the corner, now distributes it back to Pereira as they stretch things up. Down to the corner, Vinny Dantas trying to take Toby one-on-one. The matchup we expected to see late in the game. He almost tried to chip that one into Tony Donatelli on the run, but it got broken up. Obasi back checking hard. Thomas got behind him. Thomas feeds it back to Dantas. What a save. Dantas another chance, and that got walled away. Andrew Coughlin balling off the net, but he won't do so there. Donatelli on the finish as it was swept across the box. And it is 4-3 Baltimore Blast. 4:17 to play, fourth quarter. And the Blast have retaken the lead. Tony Donatelli with his 7th goal of the year. A nice 3-goal weekend so far for Tony Donatelli. And he had an assist as well on that goal at the end of the third for Andrew Hoxie. So it's now 4-3 Baltimore. And that will induce a timeout on the field here. After Coughlin was denied initially there by Vinny Dantas, there was a scramble for it. Baltimore recovered. Great tenacity there by the visitors on that 50-50 ball, with both teams really kind of scrapping after it. And what happens oftentimes in those tight scrums right in front of the goal, guys will collapse. And if you get the ball free, there's an open shooter. And Baltimore able to take advantage. That was Dantas who got it back and then held it up before sliding it over to Donatelli for that finish. He went top drawer. 10:44 the time of the goal. It's 4-3 Baltimore. Utica City probably not compelled to go extra attacker just yet. Schindler. He takes a spill after colliding with Hoxie. He's trying to make a move across his body there to see if he could get the ball upfield. And ended up colliding with Hoxie. 3:58 to go. Schindler hobbling off to the bench. With 3:55 remaining. Again, Utica City FC finds themselves chasing by a goal. So you have to wonder if they can dig deep again here. They'll have as good a chance as anyone. Bordeaux with a nice flurry there after the chip by Yelovitz. And it's Vanzella who makes the stop. Vanzella whipping it downfield, has NDI. Vitale marking him one-on-one. And now to the middle, stolen by Yelovitz. Bo hands this back for Domenico Vitale to Segura. 3:13 to play, fourth quarter. This one's got everyone in attendance here. Over 3,700 strong here at the Aud, on the edge of their seats. Vitale off the end boards, just ahead of Callahan. Vanzella again scoops it up. Downfield, NDI on the run. Vitale marking him with inside pressure. And now they play it back to the middle to Raleigh. Jeremy Raleigh to Dos Santos. 2.5 left to go. 4-3 Baltimore. And the ball out of play, and it goes back to Vitale and Utica on that free kick restart. Utica's only loss of the season has come to Baltimore. Kaufman is still out there with 2:18 to go. Obasi, cross corner. And Obasi over down the left wing. Bouncing and corralled by Dieguez on the back heel. Toby to Dieguez, wide. Follow-up, Gonzalez scores! Tie game! 2:02 to go! And that one is going, Gonzo into the back of the net. What a night for Moises Gonzalez. What an afternoon. He powers home the second effort to retie this one at 4. .145 to play, fourth quarter. Moises Gonzalez with the tying goal for Utica City. Vinny Dantas, one-on-one with Schindler, who's back out there after being hobbled up a little bit earlier. Good to see he's okay. 1:24 remaining. Ball was bumped out of bounds. It will stay with Baltimore. Pereira. To his right. Donatelli. Back to Pereira. Around the perimeter. Dos Santos. To Vinny Dantas. And now back up top again. Pereira on the reset. 1:04 to play. Next goal more than likely wins. Although anything's possible in the fast and furious world of arena soccer. Pereira. Stepping away from Callahan. Callahan will move off of him and over to the ball on Dos Santos. Obasi pressuring from underneath. Backing him down was Hoxie. And now the loose ball comes to Callahan. Feathered back by Obasi up the boards. A foot race for it here. A sliding play by Bordeaux. And he works it free to Schindler. Schindler sneaking it back to Callahan. And he was taken down by Peruzzi. Free kick, Utica. And perhaps the space that they need to get this downfield with 20.2 to play in regulation. This place is going bananas right now. Segura on the move. Hot, plenty of speed as he motors downfield. Gonzalez back to Obasi. 9 seconds left in regulation. City needs to make it count. Obasi cutting left. Obasi shoots, deflected wide. Diegues off of Vansella. Diegues again, and we are going to overtime. At the end of regulation. And a nice bit of sportsmanship after the horn there between Vansella and Domenico Vitali. As they hugged it out there right at the end of regulation. Coughlin will shake Vanzella's hand as well. After what's been a great 60 minutes of battling so far. Overtime when we come back. 4-4 between Utica City FC and Baltimore on MASL TV. Now we're back for overtime here on MASL TV. A 4-4 score between Utica and the Baltimore Blast. As we get set for OT. The tying goal at 12:58 from Moises Gonzalez. He's got 2 in this match. He has been, by and large, the big hero today. for Utica City FC. Andrew Coughlin with some timely saves as well. 4 on 8 shots against. He has hung in there big time. William Van Zella doing enough for the Baltimore Blast with 6 saves, fresh off his 10th career shutout last night, to keep Baltimore right in the fold of this one as well. Dos Santos charging down the wing. It got through the legs of Dantas and was blocked by Toby. Blast come up with really the first volley of possession here in this overtime. Down the boards, Toby clears, back to center. Dos Santos from the logo at center. Slides it down the wing to Dantas off the boards. Open down the middle of the pitch was Jamie Thomas, but he has to backpedal. Really was not in a position to shoot. Donatelli nearly was, but a great closeout there by Darren Toby. Baltimore back on the move. Going to the chip was Thomas. Thomas being crunched into the wall by Yelovitz, but got it back. And now back to Dos Santos. Rotated over to Peruzzi. Peruzzi cutting left. A heavy shot going wide. It's caught in the feet of Toby. They score. Baltimore on the goal by Andrew Hoxie. After it fell out of the feet of Darren Toby with 8:49 to play in overtime. And that will do it. Baltimore wins 5-4 in extra time.
Assisted by number 4, Andrew Hoxie.
Andrew Hoxie comes up with the winner. And for Hoxie, a pretty strong night all the way around. It's capped off with a match winner, 5-4. His second of this match. And he now has 5 on the season, part of a 3-point outing. So a 5-4 final score. As we get a look at the final scoring recap, it was Baltimore setting the pace at 117. Mello from Hoxie. Diegas with the reply at 4:52 of the second quarter for Utica off the assist by Schindler. But Pereira put Baltimore back ahead at 9:43, and that took Baltimore into the half with a 2-1 advantage. In the third quarter, Christian Segura from Nate Bordeaux. That retied the game at 2. Andrew Hoxie at the death of the third quarter, making it 3-2 Blast. And then a 2-2 fourth quarter, or rather a 2-1 fourth quarter. Gonzalez scoring twice around the goal by Donatelli to send us to OT, where Andrew Hoxie ended it at 58 seconds. Waiting for Alicia D'Addario. We'll find out who her guest is in just a moment for the post-game interview. And it looks like it'll be head coach Ryan Hall.
Now I'll send it down to the field with Alicia for our post-game interview. Alicia?
Thanks, Tim. I'm here with head coach Ryan Hall. Great game, obviously tough ending, but what can you just say about this rivalry series that you have with Baltimore?
I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, Baltimore's obviously a class act. We are too. And so every game we have, whether it's up here, whether it's down there, it's always going to be these close games. No team is ever out of it. And, you know, unfortunately, we're on the losing end of it.
I mean, these guys fought really hard. What does it say about the character of this team?
Extremely proud of the guys. I mean, both teams played back-to-back games. But for our guys to respond, being down, and continuing to attack, never giving up, hats off to them. I mean, unfortunately, that goal happens. That's indoor. It's a bad bounce. And, you know, we'll pick the pieces back up and go back to work.
And just a quick message to the fans who were in it the whole game.
Hey, we honestly would not be here without you guys. So thank you so much. Have a good New Year. Very proud of you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
That was Alicia D'Addario with head coach Ryan Hall.